Why did you get into cryptocurrency? Was it to make money or because you see the technological potential? Hi, welcome back to the Crypto Review. It's Monday again, and I'm not doing the weekly. This is more of a daily. First, let's take a look at what we've got. As always, if you find this information of value, like, subscribe, share the video. You can always go to cryptocurrency.tv/support. That's where I've got all of my cryptocurrency addresses if you want to send a little bit that way. Always appreciated. So let's take a look and see what's going on. First off, I want to do this. Let's go in to Dow Jones Industrials. And of course, we're looking at a weekly chart. Let's go into the daily just so we can see what's happening. And as expected, we're down. Looks like we're down about 375 points on the day. It's coming up on 11 o'clock my time, so we're looking at 1 p.m. So just after lunch Eastern. Markets are not happy. They are not happy at all. Go into the S&P. And this one is down 40 points. And we are seeing a lot of downward action in the markets. People are scared. People are frightened. People are unsure. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's what's driving these markets down. Absolutely. When we look at the various different cryptocurrencies, what we see is a lot of green. I mean, we've got a lot of green. And the question becomes, why is that? Well, it's because people in the crypto space, cryptocurrency space, have a lot of anticipation. They are absolutely, they have a belief that crypto is the answer to what's ailing us. And maybe not literally, but certainly fiscally, what's ailing us. Why is that? Well, I was going through watching YouTube videos, and I come across a video by Charles Hoskinson. Charles is the face of and CEO of Cardano, ADA. And he's angry. I understand. He's frustrated because everything that he is trying to work on, he's got people who are always constantly telling, saying it's not going to work. It's not going to work. One of the things he talks about in this video is, and full disclosure here, I own ADA. I bought ADA. I own Cardano. I'm not trying to pump it, but I did see something in here in this video that made a lot of sense to me. And he's talking about the fact that with those people who are in Cardano at this point, and certainly those who bought like I did back in 2017 or between 2017 and now, we are at the very beginning of this project. And most consumers never see the development process. They only ever see the end product. When the iPhone was introduced, you never saw the years it took to develop the iPhone, putting a computer and a phone together with a camera on top. You never saw that. All you saw was Steve Jobs walk up on stage and say, "Hey, I've got a phone for you." We are seeing and it's not just in Cardano, although Cardano is a really good example of it. We are seeing in the crypto space the building process of what it takes to actually build something spectacular. It reminds me of a game. I'm a backer of a game called Star Citizen, and it's in the same basic process. It was crowdfunded in 2012, and they are all saying, well, it should be released by 2015. Well, with the basic game the way that they had intended it, it would have been. But in the years between 2012 and 2015, they invented a whole bunch of technology which allowed the game to become much more in-depth, much more detailed, and the technology allowed for things that they never expected to be able to do. And so now we're here at 2020 and the game still hasn't been released. It is playable in an alpha format, and they are iterating every 3 months. They bring out a new version, a new update to the game, which adds some functionality of one type or another. And so I've been used to this since 2012, this whole process of iterative development. So when I got into cryptocurrencies and I'm seeing these things going on and changing and adding, it didn't bother me because I had been used to it. Most people, certainly those in this space, are not used to it. We look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin isn't finished. It's not done. They're constantly adding new stuff to it. The thing of it is that you don't necessarily hear about it because it's a functional product at this point. It does exactly what the white paper said it would do. And so now, whenever they iterate on it, they're just simply adding new functionality that wasn't part of the original white paper. Unfortunately, with Cardano, that's not the case. While we have a crypto that you can buy ADA. It is not a functional system or network yet. It's a test net at this point. And as Charles Hoskinson said, it is 99% uptime on this test net, and they will be going to the new one, the actual net, imminently, is I believe what he said. Great, fantastic. That means it will be an official. Well, it's not really. I don't want to say it's an official. I'm not saying it's not currently an official crypto, but it will no longer be in test. It'll be on a main net, which is taken them 5 years. He was getting upset with people because he was saying as soon as Byron, which is the next version that comes out, the non-test net version, as soon as Byron releases, he's saying, don't expect ADA to jump 50x. It's not going to. And that if you're in this to make money, to become rich, you should just leave. And I understand what he's saying. He's not building Cardano to make you rich, or make me rich for that matter. The thing of it is, I got into Cardano after seeing his whiteboard presentation back in 2017 and recognizing the potential, recognizing the opportunity that Cardano presented. I understood immediately that while it was very similar to Ethereum or EOS or Neo or any of these other projects that do smart contracts, I recognized immediately the advantage that Cardano had by being using the scientific method to determine and decide how this is going to happen. By using peer-reviewed code and ideas, that it was going to have an advantage. And the advantage it has is that, according to Charles Hoskinson, we haven't seen it yet, but according to Charles Hoskinson, they have solved the problem that Ethereum and everybody else has been chasing after since the beginning, and that is proof of stake, distributed proof of stake. When their network is large enough and robust enough that if the developers and everybody who's running IOHK goes away and the network can still run and still change and still evolve, you have a distributed network. That's what's happened to Bitcoin. The developer, the person who created it, has gone away, and yet it still remains, and it still thrives, it still changes. It is a living entity. it evolves. Well, he's saying that Cardano will be doing the same. Now, I don't want this to be... I'm using Cardano as an example because I think it's one of the best as far as why this space works. And the reason this space works is because people are working on new and innovative ideas that we as users and consumers look at and say, wow, that has merit. That is something useful. And I'm willing to bet that others will also see the utility and the use and the value of it. I'm getting into it now because it's currently 2 cents a coin. And so I can get into it at 2 cents a coin and ride the price wave up as everyone else starts to come in and see the utility, the value that this thing has. I absolutely understand. Granted, yes, I'm in it for the money, absolutely. But the reason I'm in it for the money is because I recognize the value of what they are doing. And this is true of every coin, every crypto that I'm invested in. I see a value, and I believe that I've gotten into it near the beginning with the understanding that over years of time, others will be brought to it, and they'll see that same value or a similar value and decide that, yes, this is worth investing in because it has value, and the value is far above the price that they're asking me to pay for it, okay? This is why we invest. This is the reason to invest. It's not necessarily because if you throw a dart at a board, at a list of cryptos, it's going to go up in price. It's finding, and this works for cryptos, it works for equities, it works for commodities, finding something that is priced below what its true value is almost a guarantee. No one ever guarantees anything in this market, but if you can find something that you know is priced well below what it's really truly worth, then it's almost guaranteed that the price will go up and you will make money. Will you get rich off of it? Well, it depends on how much you invest and how much it goes up, how much value, how much undervalue was it when you initially got in, and did it go up to meet or exceed that value price? That's how you determine whether you're going to get rich or not. Crypto certainly has that potential to put a little bit of money, relatively speaking, a few $1,000s, and make it into millions. It absolutely has that potential. It's not going to happen today, it's not going to happen tomorrow, and it's not going to happen next week. It will happen next year, in 5 years, in 10 years. That's okay. I don't need to have the money today or tomorrow. I'm going to retire on this. This is a good portion of my retirement. And I feel comfortable with that because I understand that in 5 or 10 years, it will be worth a whole lot more than I put into it. So that's what I wanted to talk about, was the value proposition of investing. This is why we invest. This is the purpose of investing, is to give the company that you believe has something of value the money it needs to create that value, so that then others will come in seeing the value already there, already created, and buy it at a much higher price, thus pushing the price of the stock or the coin, whatever, up in value. That's the basis of the market. Anyway, until next time, keep hodling.